there, I'm Dr. Marie Fang. Welcome to my video series featuring quick tips and tools to help you be your best self today. Today's quick tip is a little bit of a deviation from my usual format, and that's because this is geared specifically to pastors. Pastors, church staff, lay leadership, Bible study leaders, healing pastors. This is for you. And the reason I'm gearing this specific video for you is because I hear a question specifically from pastors and church leadership over and over and over again. And that question is, how do I know when to refer a congregant to see a therapist? What an awesome question. Most therapists love hearing this question. Pardon whatever the construction noise is outside, but we'll power through it. So when I hear this question, I get really excited as a therapist when a pastor is reaching out to me, because to me that says they're looking for all the resources that can help their congregant. And one thing that I've been struck by over the years as I've consulted with pastors is just how much pastors love offering that pastoral counseling to their congregants. So the line is blurry here, because it's not like anytime someone needs some one-on-one support, they just need to go see a therapist. No, it's amazing that we can access our church leaders to see us one-on-one in a very unique and meaningful, precious way. The problem is it can then be a little bit blurry to know when exactly is this one-on-one relationship not quite enough to meet this person's needs, and maybe they may also benefit from seeing a therapist. So my first tip here, if this could apply to you, is to get to know your gut. Learn to listen to your intuition. So what I mean by that is, when I have a pastor give me a call and they say, Dr. Marie, I'm not really sure what to do about this congregant. I'm not sure if I need to refer them to see a therapist. One of my first questions is usually, tell me about how you, the pastor, tell me about how you feel when you meet with this person. And if I'm hearing things like, I love this person so much and I have so much compassion for them and their story, but when we meet together, I just feel overwhelmed, or I feel exhausted, or it's burdensome, I feel like I'm working harder than they are. That's a big flag to me to say, maybe it's time to consider referring to this person to a therapist, because not only do we want that pastor to not burn out on all the work that they're doing and all the help that they're offering, but we also want to make sure that this congregant is getting the best care that they can. And I think that intuition that's saying, I'm just so exhausted working with this person, is saying something about the both of you and not just the pastor. So learn to catch where you're at when you're meeting with this person, or you hear from this person, and try to listen to it, let it guide you a little bit. The next tip for when to consider referring someone to see a therapist is if you're starting to have questions inside yourself of whether what this person is dealing with is primarily spiritual, or you're not sure if it might overlap with something mental health related. This topic is a topic in and of itself, the spiritual versus mental health. I wrote a blog about this, so I'm just going to link to it in the description. Feel free to check it out. But if you're not sure if this is a primarily spiritual issue that the person's dealing with or not, that's a good time to consider referring to see a therapist. The next tip is to find one or two trusted individuals who are therapists who you're able to consult with. So it could be that you have one or two therapists in your congregation. That's great, right? People that you already know, or maybe a friend of yours, or somebody that's been recommended to you, that you're able to sort of create a relationship with them where you ask permission if you can touch base with them when you're not sure what to do. And that's an amazing way to share the burden of making this decision without it feeling like a lot of work. So that if you have a congregant and you're not sure if they might benefit from therapy, keeping their information confidential, you can sort of check in with your therapist, consultant, friend, whomever they are, and sort of say, I have this situation with an individual. Do you think they would benefit from counseling? And having that sort of outsider view would really help give you the feedback that you might need, because they'll probably have a quick answer for you. Sort of like, yeah, they need some help, or that's interesting. Maybe there's something else going on for you as the pastor, or whatever else might be going on. Who knows? And the last tip is it's really great to have a list of referrals to therapists at the ready so that it's there when you need it rather than trying to get a list of names right when the moment comes to refer a congregant to see a therapist. And the way to do that is, it could be reaching out to the therapist in your community. It might be when you hear from a congregant or a friend that they're seeing a therapist and they're finding that person helpful to sort of check in. You say, would you mind if I got their contact information so I can have a referral list for our church? That would be so helpful. And most people would love to give that contact information because they want others to find great therapists too. And while you're at it, it's great to put some psychiatrists on there. I would also recommend including some trustworthy OBGYN doctors. That could just be super helpful, and other professions as well. So this sums up this quick tip. This is a bonus 2-video week. So right after this video, I'm also going to have a video on how to make a referral when it's time to do so. And that applies to everyone, not just church leaders. So I hope you stick around to watch that video. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe for more like this one. And until next time, I'm Dr. Marie Fang, and I hope you have a great day.